My name's Juliana, and today I'm going to be talking about Decree 86, Educational Reform in Vietnam. Here's a brief history of literacy in Vietnam. In 1945, the Department of Education and Training, DOIT, and the Ministry of Education and Training, MOIT, were created after the decolonization of Vietnam by the French. DOIT and MOIT are centrally responsible for overseeing the Vietnam national education system. In 1986, during the Doi Moi era, Doi Moi translates to restoration, education was reprioritized as being essential for both social and economic growth. This and many other reform policies brought socio-economic improvements post-American War or Vietnam War, depending on where you live. In 2013, since 2013, literacy has increased dramatically since the implementation of Resolution 29. This resolution declared education as a top priority. In 2020, literacy in Vietnam was reported to be 98%. Decree 86 was implemented on August 1st, 2018. Under this decree, foreign cooperation and investments in education are regulated. This applies from early childhood education to higher education, but not to vocational training. These investments integrate Vietnamese and foreign school curricula. Curricula are overseen by DOIT and MOIT. They approve curricula for integrated bilingual and international schools. Since the implementation of Decree 86, there has been a rise in the burgeoning middle class in Vietnam and increasing numbers in the population of South Koreans in Vietnam due to the relocation of companies like Samsung and Daewoo. There are also many international embassies and increasing numbers of expat teachers with families in Vietnam. There are French, British, Australian, Canadian international schools, a United Nations international school, etc. This has created demand for more private, international, and bilingual schools. Vietnamese students at these schools can now experience a wider variety of teaching methods and techniques between Vietnamese and Western teachers. This encourages creativity, independent thought, and activities. In Vietnam, teaching and learning methods are mainly on transmission of knowledge, which cannot promote initiative and creativity in teachers and learners. A con of this relationship between Vietnamese and Western teachers is that there is a lack of cohesion between Vietnamese and expat cohorts. There's a lack of cooperation dealing with educational issues, and there's poor education management. There is a vast difference in teaching styles, which has pros and cons. A few possible solutions to some of the conflicts between the Western and Vietnamese teachers in these international and bilingual institutions are for MOIT and DOIT to invest in education management, more innovative learning, strengthening relationships between expat and Vietnamese cohorts, and investing much more in education research. Thank you for listening to me.